I'm going to go over Pfizer, Intel, and Alibaba on the 5-minute time frame and give you price targets for Monday. First up is going to be BABA. We ended the week at $73.99, down more than 1%. The day's low, $72.12. The day's high, $74.14. To the north side from where we are takes us to 2 standard deviations and resistance at 74.17. 3 standard deviations takes us to roughly 74.65. Note this gap closes to the north side at 74.86. 4 standard deviations and another level of resistance and a possible take profit area is $75.21. Note that gap closes to the upside at $76.72. Now, to the south side, back at the middle of the trend, takes us to roughly 73.14. And from where we are, this is support. So if we hit this line, I will anticipate a bounce as people buy the dip. The next level below that I am tracking is -2 standard deviations, $72.12. Below that, 71.61, and at -4 standard deviations and another possible buy-in area, $71.11. I am in this trade. The next one is Intel. We ended the day at $43.74, down more than 2%. The day's low, $42.86. The day's high, $44.36. The 1-year price target has already been met at $37.95. So after this, I would go to tip ranks and check out what the analysts say on that for the 1-year price target. This needs to be updated here. We ended at this level. To the north side takes us back to the middle of the trend, and from where we are, this is resistance at 43.98. Above that, a gap forms to the north side at 44.35, closes out at roughly 44.59. 2 standard deviations and another level of resistance, 45.07, 45.63, and 46.15. I never expect price to get to 4 standard deviations in one day. And if we do, I always anticipate a sell-off as people take their profits and they run. To the south side, -2 standard deviations, 42.92, 42.39, and another potential buy-in area at support, 41.83. The RSI is at 49. And I am in this trade for my mom. And the last one I want to go over is Pfizer. I just got into this trade for my mom, and I am showing you these stocks because of the gap play. Now, but when I trade, I usually go on the monthly time frame to start my positions. All right. We ended the day at 28.91, down more than 5%. The day's low, 28.30. The day's high, $29.40. This is where we are. There's a gap to the north side starting at 29.08. The middle of the trend and resistance takes us to 29.35. The gap closes out at 30.38. And if we make it to that gap, obviously we would get to 2 standard deviations, which is 30.29. And above that at resistance, 30.76 and 31.22. I think this makes a good quick day trade or scalping. Don't stay too long. This could turn on you quickly. Now, to the south side, 28.41, 27.92, and 27.46. The RSI is at 49. I bought in for my mom at 28.74. Keeping my fingers crossed that we go up. But if we do hit this line, or that line, those are signals for buying for me. And up here, if I'm doing a quick swing trade, a short swing trade, this is a sell signal, and a potential sell signal up here. I want to show you this on the monthly time frame where I like to start my positions, especially for my mom, because I try to be much more conservative with her money. So we are at 31 and going down. We have not officially hit the oversold area, and if we do, if you look left, we fell before that, but note the bounce up all the way here, your sell signal above 70. Do not ever expect the RSI to stay above 70 without selling off. And you can go back in time and check that out. On the weekly, we are at $29, so we are oversold. And the range for Pfizer, I have tracked this in the past, and I finally again took a position. This is where we are. So we are between -2 and -3. To the north side, it's hard to see because I've marked this out. Right here. So my next target will be 31.71, and to the south side, 25.58. Fingers crossed we don't go that low. And on the daily, the RSI is falling still. So that tells me there's some weakness possibly still ahead on the daily. So we could be choppy. 36 on the RSI. That does it for me. That is a look at BABA, Intel, and Pfizer. I just did a short on Bristol Myers Squibb. I will just show that to you very quickly. End it there. On the daily, we are turning up, but on the monthly, we are at 31. I vacillated between Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer, and this fell hard on Friday, so I went with Pfizer. On the 5-minute time frame, we are oversold. I will anticipate a sell-off down here as people get out and take their profits. But we ended the day at $50.10. Note the gap that closes out at roughly $50.75, and it began at $49.74, started at, I should say, on Monday the 20th. And looking left here, you can see the sell-off at resistance here, boom, sell-off up here, and boom, crashing it down, and the buy-in at nearly the middle of the trend in this case here, and the buy-in here. This is support, 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 and if we are down here and we hit this area, this is resistance, fell down, attempted to go back up, back at resistance, so we're chopping along right here, busted through another level of resistance. And I don't know if we will make it to 50.75, but if we get up to this range, I will anticipate a sell-off as people take their profits and they run. All right, that does it for me. Thanks so much for watching.